So is there a new sheriff in town? So Taylor Heinicke is officially signed, comes home from College Hill High School, coming on home to play for the Atlanta Falcons. 2 for 20. I like this deal. And I like it for the same reasons I like Jacoby Brissett, the same reason Taylor Heinicke. It doesn't matter what the name is on the back of that jersey, okay? What I was looking for more than anything in this is a guy who has started in the league and can push Desmond Ridder. And I want this to be a fair and open competition, not handing the keys over to Desmond Ridder. I want this to be a fair and open competition. Because if Taylor Heinicke plays really well and he gets the starting job, then I know instantly I need to be in the quarterback business. Instantly, I know that I need to either address in the offseason trading for a quarterback, drafting a quarterback. I know that I need to be in the quarterback business at that point. Because Taylor Heinicke is a guy who can win some games. He can start for you. He can fill in as a backup. He can maybe mentor a little bit, whatever all the falderall is. But if he comes in here and they have a legitimate competition for that job, that's what I want more than anything. And I wanted it with Jacoby Brissett. Again, it doesn't matter what the name is on the back of the jersey. I don't care what their name is. I just want the competition, number one. And number two is see if Desmond Ridder can win this job. Because I'll have a lot more confidence going into the season if this is a legitimate competition and Desmond Ridder wins the job. Because if not, then I'm thinking you're going, this will be Desmond Ridder's last year to really get a chance to do anything. Because if he can't start, if he can't win the job and start right out of the gate, then you have to move on. I'm not saying you cut him or whatever. You practice squad him, or you look at going into the quarterback market either through a free agency, through a trade, or through the draft, wherever that ends up being next season. So this is healthy. This is good. Now, make no mistake about it. Taylor Heinicke got paid top-end backup money. And that's another reason why I think that he's going to be in competition for the starting job. And this is why Arthur Smith, Arthur Blank have made it a point to say, or not say really, that he's quarterback one, that he's QB one. You know, they did that with Sam Howell in Washington for the Commanders, where Taylor Heinicke played last year, right? They said, Ron Rivera said, hey, Sam Howell's our QB1 going into this offseason. Okay, well, Wentz gone, Taylor Heinicke gone, and all that kind of stuff, and they're going to roll with Sam Howell. But this organization did not talk about, in terms of Desmond Ridder, Arthur Smith, Arthur Blank, hey, he's our QB1. And this is why. You make this thing a competition. Do I think that Desmond Ridder did a lot of good things to end the season in the 4 games he played? Yes. I think he got better every single week. He was 2-2, and he played well enough that he gave me confidence, at least going into the offseason, that if I have to roll with Desmond Ridder, then I'm okay with that. Now this puts to bed to Lamar Jackson, because you're not paying Desmond Ridder a 2 for 20 backup quarterback and paying $250 million for Lamar Jackson. So now we know officially that if there were any rumblings about being in the Lamar business, this puts all of that puts the kibosh on all of that. Puts a stop to all of that. And look, personally, I was not in the Lamar business, but you never know about the Falcons. They were in the Deshaun Watson business last year, and I think they got scared off when they saw the actual amount of money. I had this discussion today on the morning show. If the Ravens, if let's say the Falcons, okay, offered a 4 for $200 million contract to the Baltimore Ravens, would the Ravens match that offer? If you're the Ravens, you would absolutely match that offer. Even at $50 million a year, even at $200 million guaranteed, you'd match that offer. You'd be a fool not to. So that was always this thing about, and the Ravens would have 5 days to match the offer or not match the offer. So you start missing out on free agency because you can't sign a whole bunch of guys. And the Falcons have about, I don't know, $45 million in money available to them. But all of that said, they're not in the Lamar business now. So you got Ridder, you got Taylor Heinicke, you got Logan Woodside for whatever that's worth. And I still hope and I still want the Falcons to go into the draft and on day 3 find them a quarterback to draft. Hendon Hooker, Stetson Bennett, Jake Haener. I want them to go in to this draft and still draft themselves a quarterback on day 3. The only exception to that rule is if somehow, and this will never happen, but somehow if CJ Stroud fell down to number 8, then I'm taking CJ Stroud. And I'll take him all day long, twice on Sunday, 8 days a week. So unless that miracle of all miracles happens, the Falcons, I hope, ride with Desmond Ridder. But this is good competition for him, and this is a way to push him in camp. And certainly they, didn't make this move if they didn't feel like Taylor Heinicke couldn't come in and start and win them some games. So it will be interesting to see, but I'm pulling for Desmond Ridder in this, but it needs to be an open competition. All right, besides making Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen every day, make sure you make Locked On Sports Today your second listen. The biggest stories of the day, instant reactions, big game recaps, and the take of the day. Available Odyssey, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get all of your podcasts from.